But if you're gonna have a vice, Pepsi is, it's great. It's America's cola.
I'm back to Pepsi now, though. I was on Diet Coke for
Oh, that's right.
like 2 months because I was having like headaches all the time, and my doctor's like, "Hey, if you're gonna drink soda, I need you to switch to Diet Coke for a little while. It supposedly helps with headaches."
He prescribed Diet Coke.
I'm not gonna lie to you, my headaches went away.
So, but
now that they're gone, I'm back to Pepsi.
Well, hey, man.
I didn't become very loyal, but my mom was proud.
Yeah.
My mom was super proud. I'm like, "Hey,
Coke
my doctor
drinker?
prescribed Diet Coke." She's like, "Oh, honey, welcome to the club."
Yeah, I think, is your mom a Diet Coke fan? Always has been?
I don't know if fan is the right word. She has a cup that she wears that like her purse has a holster for said cup that is a never-ending Diet Coke.
Come on.
Never ending. If that were to be empty, there would be hell to pay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom drinks Diet Pepsi.
Really?
She doesn't have a holster
I
in
don't
her.
hear about that very often.
Yeah, she was a Diet Pepsi drinker my whole life. You know what else? Do you remember Camel Bucks?
No. What the heck is that?
It was a thing back in the day. My parents smoked Camel cigarettes,
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They had a little dollar in the thing.
My mom spent all of my dad's Camel Bucks
on Diet Pepsi.
On Diet Pepsi.
So, a funny story. If my mom watched this podcast, my mom worked for Philip Morris when I was a kid, which handled stuff for Marlboro. So
yeah, well, that's the man.
So,
that's the cowboy himself.
She would get Marlboro gear. So, we had like Marlboro jackets, Marlboro tents.
Did you wear them to school?
Yeah.
Me too.
And like people would like be like, "Oh, why are you wearing that to school?" And like
I had Joe Camel.
Yeah. Try not to wear it at church, but like, yeah, I grew up on Marlboro gear. It was good stuff. It was good stuff.
I think those are cool. I think any reward.
Matter of fact, she's gonna hate this if she hears this.
She's gonna hear it.
But my first cigarette, I haven't smoked in over 12 years, everybody. But my first cigarette was a carton of Marlboros that she got at work that were in her trunk for like a year.
Jeez.
And I don't think she ever realized that carton got smaller and smaller and smaller.
Jeez.
Yeah, sorry. Wah, wah, wah.
There's nothing like a good coffee and a cigarette with your parents when you're a young man.
If you need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
If it was coffee and cigarette time at 8 o'clock in the morning, you better start walking towards the porcelain unit because a 2 is on the way.
We're going to turn this around.
Anyway,
we're going to steer this ship.
Anyway, I quit smoking 12 years ago, by the way.
That's amazing. I don't even see you as a smoker. I literally went from smoking to not smoking.
Yeah, my kids are like, "Dad, you were a smoker? You were a bad person."
Smoking has become very faux pas. Like, it is real bad to be a smoker these days.
It's not the same. Yeah.
You can't light up at a Denny's. That should have been the sign for everybody.
Sir, there's no smoking on airplanes.
I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Don't worry about it. I'll be quick.
Put it down.
But what are we talking about today?
Okay, sorry. Sorry about that.
Not cigarettes.
Or
lemons. Let's talk about lemons.
Lemon, 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 lime.
Yeah, lemons.
What is a lemon?
What is
and
a
not
lemon?
The citrus.
Not could be no. So
tell us what a lemon is.
Most people have heard the term lemon, like, "Oh, that car's a lemon. This computer's a lemon," and that's kind of Robert. Yeah, that's kind of a term for something's just I don't know, a turd.
Turd
always breaks,
burglar,
right? But the lemon law is actually a real thing.
100%.
And I think it's important that consumers know about that because there's a lot of lemon law cars out there, meaning a car that has actually been like stamped as a I wouldn't say a lemon, but as a lemon law car that at some point was involved in a lemon law process.
Especially in California, they're a lot.
It's mainly a California thing. I mean, you can get a lemon law anywhere, but California, if it just like smells weird, you can get a lemon. Like
100%.
Yeah, they make it super easy. But I think it's a really good value.
100%.
Right? As long as you know what you're getting.
Absolutely.
So, what is a lemon law buyback car or a manufacturer buyback?
So, with those, people used to be terrified of that, but now with a surplus of those in the market, I remember you really dove deep into seeing kind of how can we offer this to our consumers and save them money.
Yeah.
And at first, I think all of us were kind of like, cool, yeah, we just bought 10 more lemons. lemon buybacks, and they're not lemons. They were just. I'll give you an example, folks. We've had a Tesla, that we purchased. That it was the lemon law buyback because the sun visor didn't click into place.
Right.
I had another one that the floor mat was wrinkled.
Yeah, it's usually really small stuff, but generally, if your car is in the shop, I think I don't know, California's different too. I think if it's in the shop more than 3 times for the same issue,
Yep.
or if it's in the shop for more than 30 days, you can apply for lemon law buyback, which means the manufacturer has to buy back your car and replace it with an equal or newer model, and then they sell that one at the auction. But yeah, to your point, most of the time it's something ridiculously small. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
once in a while, like I did see a lemon law one time that said engine fire. That's a little weird.
That's a little
right?
scary. I'd be
But
nervous.
most of the time, it's like water residue, like water droplets in the headlight, and they couldn't
It's
figure
so
out how to
silly.
seal the headlight. Or, like wrinkles in the floor mats, like weird stuff like that. But you got to remember during COVID, and even up to now, it was really hard to get parts. So oftentimes your
Period.
car is in the shop just because parts supply was weird, and then a customer just wanted a different color or they were mad. And so there's a lot of buybacks out there that are really good values
Big time.
if you're getting a discount.
If you're getting a discount, and we do, and we
Right.
extend that to our customers at a huge discount.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you're buying a buyback from a dealer and it's the same price as one down the street that's not a buyback, don't buy it, because you should be getting at
Run.
least a 5% discount in my mind, right? Because
100%.
I think depending on the car, we buy them at the auction for somewhere between 5 and 10% less,
Absolutely.
depending on the car. So
5%.
usually if we save $1,000 or $2,000, our price is that much cheaper. So we pass the savings on to you.
And it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
That 5% makes a huge difference to the point where we get calls when we release another one of those cars. It's like, hey, I just saw this car. It's priced one of 12 and 150-mile radius.
Yeah.
What's up with it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got a text yesterday from a referral. Hey, I want this 2019 Kia Sorento. And it was like, hey, it's super cheap. It's $14,000. What's wrong with it? I'm like, well,
boom.
it's a lemon law buyback. Nothing's actually wrong with it. Most buybacks are perfectly fine. The issue that it was bought back for is repaired. It still has full factory warranty.
That's important to note.
Yeah.
All
and
the- yeah.
I'm pretty sure with all OEMs, they give you an additional 12 months, 12,000 miles on that specific thing that it was bought back for.
1,000%. Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like the warranty's voided, anything like that.
warranty's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
not-
there's
it's
a lot
not
of pros.
It's not a salvage title. The title's branded buyback, but it's not salvage. It's not
not the
theft
same thing.
recovery. It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. Salvaged, restored title.
That's very different.
That's like
Yeah, that's something you should probably not buy unless you
Never.
are
willing to accept
very,
that.
very well aware of what you're buying. Like you would need to know a mechanic and a body shop guy that can look at it and see if it was repaired properly. And I'm sure it wasn't, because if it was, the insurance company wouldn't have made it a salvage title.
Yeah, it has to be totaled for that to
Yeah,
happen.
exactly. It has to be totaled, and somebody fixed it cheaper than the insurance company is willing to pay to fix that car.
And what's that mean?
And that means it's usually a shoddy job. So I'd be careful on those. Doesn't mean they're all bad, but those you need to be really careful on.
We don't sell salvaged ever.
No,
We won't do that.
I think I remember one time we had a 100,000-mile Ford FJ Cruiser. Remember those?
Oh yeah, but something like
it
that.
was like in the wrapper, and the bank would finance it at 50%. But that's a very, very rare thing.
I mean, FJ Cruiser
Those are cool, dude.
is a rare thing too. I would probably buy an FJ Cruiser with salvage. I mean,
I would.
Yeah.
If
You
it
got-
was-
boy, you
especially if it was like $15,000.
you gotta know what you're buying. So
Yeah.
I mean, full circle, a lemon buyback or a lemon law buyback. Nothing wrong with that car. There's nothing but pros to be had from buying that car.
I would say the only disadvantage is you are going to be offered less on trade down the road, but that's why you're saving more money up front. So it should be a wash. Once in a while, you'll get a dealer that's not familiar with it. They'll run a Carfax.
Get scared.
They'll assume it's a salvage title. They'll get scared and they'll offer you something stupid for it. Just move on to somebody else, because a buyback should not be a significant discount. Like I said, the majority of the time we're buying them 5 to 10% back of normal values at auction.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them,
And just like
especially
always.
Highline cars. It's most of it's Highline cars.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of BMWs, a lot of Teslas. Stuff that has electrical components, because that's usually what you're waiting for parts.
I don't know. This isn't based on anything other than my feelings, but I really do believe that there's some sort of incentive for both parties in California both the customer and the dealer, because they lemon law buyback.
Oh my
so
gosh.
many cars.
It's unbelievable.
There's got to be an
It's
incentive.
unbelievable. I mean, we do about 6,000 ROs, repair orders, a month at the Kia store, right?
That's a lot of repair
A
orders.
month. And I've seen maybe, I'm thinking 3 or 4 buybacks in my 24 years from our store out of Arizona. Like, it's just not very
That's true.
common. But
That's
in
true.
California, again, you sneeze and anybody's like, oh, okay, just make them happy. Just make them go away.
Well, I mean, in all my entire career, 20 years, almost 20 years in this business, I've only been a part of one buyback.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
in my
it's not
experience,
too common.
like me and that customer, customer mine, whatever the issue kept repeating itself. And, but these cars are like in abundance.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I think I've only seen one car ever that we bought that the issue is still there. It was a hybrid issue with a car, but the manufacturer gives us a form that says, here's what the issue was. It's been fixed. Have the customer sign here acknowledging. It's also on the Carfax, so there's full transparency there.
And we show that to all of our
But
customers.
it's a value. I think it's a great deal. I really do. If
Boss,
you can save $2,000 on a $20,000 car, I'm in.
I mean, I've seen them say that they couldn't replicate the problem.
Oh yeah, and that it just took more than 30 days in the shop.
Lemon law buyback.
Yep, lemon law buyback.
That's crazy.
It's anytime the manufacturer buys back the vehicle through their consumer affairs channel, just to make the issue go away. It doesn't mean there's an actual issue. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Like a lot of times it's just because that's the easiest resolution for the customer. Or again, the parts are just taking too long. If a part's delayed for 2-3 months, buyback.
Listen, guys, it's real simple. Let us show you how to turn a lemon into lemonade.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Right? Sorry, I
Anyway,
just couldn't help it.
I don't think it's anything to be afraid of, but just
Don't
make
be
sure you're
afraid.
getting a discount if you're looking at one. Know what the buyback reason is. It usually tells you on
Absolutely.
Carfax what it's for. If it's for some scary thing, stay away. If it's something simple that you're not worried about, I think it's a good value.
If there's ever any question, if you guys were confused, or if a dealer in your neck of the woods is saying something contradictory to what we're saying, leave us a comment. Put it
yeah,
in. Put it
feel
on
free
this
to
video.
ask some questions. I know there's a lot to that.
I would love to elaborate on some people's comments with this stuff. It's important. It's important because what we are saying is real life, real time, like experience, events, real customers, real cars that we're dealing with, not anything that's based on.
It's just a good way. Like, everybody's looking for a value, right? You can get a certified pre-owned to save a few bucks from new. You can get an as-is car if you're looking for something cheap. A buyback is just another avenue to save some bucks. Cars are expensive these days.
That's an understatement,
and if
right?
any opportunity to get a nice car and save a few bucks, I think people need to be aware of it.
Amen. I love discount savings. Well, hey, I think that's pretty informative. If you guys really, really want to know some more about it, leave a comment.
Yeah, feel free to ask some questions. We'll try to answer them the best we can. If we don't know the answer, then we'll research it for you.
Click that notifications. Go ahead and subscribe. Tell us what you think, right? This is the Vehicles of the Valley podcast, and I am here with Mr. Josh Spencer,
Here I am.
and I am with him, and my name is Lucas Wilson. Till next time.
Bye.